Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well. My name's Katie and I upload book-related videos every single Wednesday. Today's obviously not Wednesday, it's Sunday, but I had some time free, so I thought I would film my normal unboxings that I do every month. And you guys know that's Book of the Month as well as Nocturnal Readers Box. But before I get into those, I did just want to say that Wednesday's video will be a spoiler-free review of Sarah Waters by I'm struggling today. The Little Stranger by Sarah Waters. It's gothic and wonderful so far, although I'm only halfway through, so I shouldn't speak too soon about loving it. But I'll have a spoiler-free review of this up Wednesday, so just keep your eyes peeled. I hate when I say that phrase because I hate that phrase, but just be on the lookout for that video. So first up, we'll do Book of the Month, and I've actually already, as you can see, I've already kind of looked through these, and I think I'm going to do that from now on for Book of the Month, just because there are 5 books that they send me every single month, which I'm super grateful for. But I want to be able to look through them and tell you guys which ones I'm interested in and which ones I'm not so interested in, just because I know for if you have a normal subscription, you guys will generally pick one of these books. So the top book I have here is actually the one I'm most interested in, and that is Killers of the Flower Moon by David Grann. Now this is about essentially the birth of the FBI back in the 1920s, and in, where is it? I believe it's, yeah, Oklahoma. There was an Indian nation that had a ton of money due to oil, and then slowly, one by one, they started being killed off by different means. So it's about the FBI trying to figure out how and why this was occurring. So I'm really interested about this, and I also feel terrible that I have no background knowledge of this. I've never heard of this before. The next one is another one I'm definitely going to read, and that is One Day We'll All Be Dead and None of This Will Matter. And this is about a young woman growing up in Canada, and she is a woman of color. She's an Indian woman, and it's, I believe, all nonfiction discussing that subject. I haven't read a lot of nonfiction lately, and actually both of these, the 2 out of all 5 books this month that I'm most interested in, are both of these, which are nonfiction, so can't wait for those. This next one, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not super interested in, but I know one of my best friends will be really interested in this. But I think this takes place in the 1980s. There's a 14-year-old boy. It has to do with like gaming and programming video games. I mean, if one of you guys have read this and you think I'll personally really love it, tell me and I'll check it out. But realistically, I think one of my friends will really like that. Second to last, we have American War, a novel. This takes place, I think it's set in the future, yeah, 2074 in Louisiana, and I think the protagonist is it says she's 6 years old. Let me know if you've read this. Is she 6 years old throughout the entire book? But it seems like it's a dystopian and some things that might unfortunately be happening in the US's future. I'm not sure, but this, along with the first 2 I mentioned, is definitely one of the ones I do want to eventually read. Then we have Startup, which is, I think it has 3 different points of view, and it's a sharp, hugely entertaining story of youth, ambition, and love, and technology's inability to hack human nature. I have to be honest, one of my internships was at a startup, and I kind of bad memories from it. So when I saw the cover of this, I was like, oh, which is ridiculous because there are thousands of startups and not all of them are the same. Of course, I'm not immediately intrigued by this one, so let me know if you guys have read it and what you think about it. And although I'm not sponsored by Book of the Month, I do have an affiliate link, so if you want to get your first book for just $5, I have the link for that down below. Now we have Nocturnal Readers Box. You guys know the thing I get most excited about every month is seeing what creepy art print they send. How many do I have right now? Let's go grab them. This is obviously not all of them. I think I have 5 in total, but there's the woods one, there's the melting face, there's the girl with creepy things around her room. Unfortunately, my scissors have disappeared, so we're going with the knife, but obviously if you're doing this on your own, be safe and use scissors. Now that I'm thinking about it too, I have 0 ideas for what the theme of this box is. Okay, so opening it up, and this is what we have on the inside. All this moving paper is actually really helpful since I'm about to move. I have no idea what, ooh, there's a creepy dead baby doll. Wait, what is the theme? I don't see the thing that says what the theme is. Okay, so the theme for April is trapped, so there we go. First off, we have a Lord of the Flies tote bag, which I don't know if you can see, but there are boys up top. And I do have to say, I was one of those kids growing up where, probably not surprisingly, we had to read Lord of the Flies for mandatory reading for, I think it was middle school, I want to say, and I really enjoyed it. Also not surprisingly, I really like the creepy book cover here with the baby doll head, but it's called Suffer the Children, a Novel of Terror. So this says, it begins on an ordinary day, children around the world are dying. All children everywhere, a global crisis beyond any parent's worst nightmare. Then a miracle beyond imagining. 3 days later, they all return. But only... I shouldn't be laughing, but it's giving me a Children of the Corn vibe. So it says they hunger for blood and they can't get enough upon which to feast. Without it, they die again. So if I'm being honest, I think this is gonna be really, really good and fun. Fun in the way you have fun watching a horror movie if you like them, or it's gonna be really bad. So I'm kind of intrigued by this just because although I read a lot of psychological thrillers, I don't read a lot of horror novels like this. So let me know if you guys want me to review Suffer the Children. So this is really cool. This is Little Heaven by Nick Cutter, and it says it's a signed copy. I believe not just one of you, I think a couple of you guys have been asking me to read and review Nick Cutter for a really long time. I've heard a lot about him, but I've never read any of his books before. So it says a trio of mismatched mercenaries is hired by young Ellen for a deceptively simple task. Check in on her nephew who may or may not have been taken against his will to a remote New Mexico backwoods settlement called Little Heaven. So it looks like a religious cult might have kidnapped him, so this woman has hired these mercenaries to find the little boy. So I'm super interested in cults, so I'm really actually happy about both of the books in this box this month. Then we have a glass, I want to say. Okay, this is really exciting. This is the type of thing where if I saw this in a shop, I genuinely would go out and buy this. You guys know I'm honest. If there's stuff in these boxes I don't like, I'll be like, I don't really want it. I'm probably gonna give it away. I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see, but this says the Overlook Hotel in Sidewinder, Colorado, where the sun always shines. So of course this is a glass that's supposed to be like if you were at the Overlook Hotel in The Shining, this is what they would have at the hotel. So that's really cool, and actually since I'm moving, I need glasses, so that's helpful. But then we have a Cujo pin from Stephen King, which somehow I've still not seen Cujo before. Is the movie good or is it cheesy? Let me know. Then it looks like we have matches that say Shutter Island on them. Hopefully you guys can see that. Somehow, much like Cujo, somehow I've still not seen Shutter Island. I still don't know the ending though. I know that there's some grand twist, so don't tell me. But I've been telling myself every year since it came out that I would watch it, but it's never happened. And I do have a link to sign up for Nocturnal's Readers Box down below, but it's not an affiliate link. Then there's a second pin. Normally there's just one, and this one says Misery on it, and it has an axe, and it says I'm your #1 fan, which I watched Misery so many times growing up. I don't know if that says a lot about me, but my mom also loved it, and I remember we would constantly rewind and laugh at the scene where I don't remember what she says, but Kathy Bates, like, is she making a noise like a pig and she like spins around in a circle? Before I look at the print, it looks like we have a pair of 3D glasses, and then so here we have the reveal of the print for the month, and I think I'm confused. I think both of these might be double-sided. I was being an idiot. So this print you use the 3D glasses with, because I was kind of like, what are these gonna be good for? So let's see. Oh, so there are 2 prints this month. Okay. Oh, that's creepy. So we have a woman who is trapped. It looks sort of like she's in an insane asylum. And then it looks like we have a second print that is from Cujo. So a big thank you to A Book of the Month and Nocturnal Readers Box for sending me both of these boxes. But sometimes I am a little bit iffy on some of the books, but I would say like a good 4 or 5 out of these I'm really, really excited to read. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you have a great week coming up, and I'll see you in a few days on Wednesday. Bye.